How do you know the prices are going to be going down next year or up? That's one of the things that I'm going to be discussing in this episode. But first, I just want to show you guys some good opportunities that are available for sale in the market. I think one of the best assets to be purchasing right now is a townhouse, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Langley. I believe that Langley is going to outperform every other city, or at least one of the cities that are going to outperform Richmond, Vancouver, Coquitlam. And the reason I believe that is because first thing, there's a SkyTrain coming to the city. Second thing, it's very central and it's easy for families to move to the city because there's a lot of land here. There's a lot of development coming to this area. There's a lot of businesses that are booming in this place as well. There's a lot of restaurants, parks. It's a very friendly environment. And I think that it's going to do amazingly well over the next 10 years. A townhouse like this is probably going to be worth over $1 million. That is what I believe is going to happen. One thing that I've noticed over the last few weeks is that there's a lot more properties available for sale. All the properties that you are looking at right now on the screen are court-ordered sale. That means they are bank sales. There's a lot of foreclosures on the property. Just because there's real estate prices are pretty stable, they've come down a little bit since springtime, doesn't mean that there are not foreclosures on the market. If you were looking to invest in something, this would be the opportunity. I think that the market is going to be very, very strong next year. And these are some great properties that are available for sale. Everything from large properties that have homes on them, properties in Abbotsford, some condos, a duplex in Abbotsford that has been on the market for 4 months. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath. Not sure exactly what's going on over there, but that seems like it's a really good investment. Someone should have picked that up by now. And there's some properties in Coquitlam as well. So get in touch if you're looking to get a foreclosure property. There's a lot of investment opportunities on the market. I also wanted to talk a little bit about some of the articles that I'm seeing on a regular basis. And it's the same story again and again. Houses are too expensive to build for builders because of the interest rates, all of the changes that they're making in the building code as well. And they actually discuss in this article how much it costs to build a house across Canada. And in Calgary, they're saying it's about $150 to $300 a square foot. Vancouver is about $185 to $350 a square foot. Do you know what that equals if you're building a house? Let's just say that you were building a house that is 4,000 square feet and you spent $210. That's $840,000. The lot is not going to be any less than 1.7 million. You're looking at a $2.5 million house to bring to the market if you're building in Vancouver or surrounding areas. And that's probably not even including the interest rates. If you're getting B lending right now, you're getting more than 11%. That's what you're being charged by the banks. If you're getting a conventional loan from Van City or Coast Capital, you're probably looking somewhere around the 9% range. It is really tough to get a mortgage to build a house right now, unless you're going to be living in that property. If you're going to be living in that property, then the structure of the mortgage that will be given to you is a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to build houses right now, and it's really expensive to bring new homes to the market, especially single family. If you're building condos or townhouses, which most builders are not doing, that's just a very small amount of builders are doing that. Like the big builders like Polygon and Whitetail and all these guys, and Thin Properties. These are the big builders that are bringing a lot of inventory to the market. But the small guys are just trying to build small homes, luxury homes. They're only making like $100,000 to $300,000 on their projects. And it's just not worth it for them to bring these homes to the market right now because there's too much risk and it's really hard to get a mortgage. On the other hand, mortgage rates are falling at fastest pace since 2008. We are at the peak of the rate hikes. I believe that they're going to be pausing. They're going to be dropping these rates next year for sure. At least that's what it looks like right now. What do you guys think is going to be happening? I believe that the future of home ownership in America and Canada is fractional ownership. The only way that people are going to be able to invest in houses is taking like $10,000 or $100,000 and purchasing houses together, or maybe there might be funds that are going to purchase these single family homes, and then you're going to be able to purchase that fund. That's what it's going to be like in the future. If you're one of the few people that has a single family home, that's going to be very rare in the future because the prices of these homes continues to go up. Back in the day, if you had told someone that a $100,000 house was going to be worth $1.1 or $1.2 million in Vancouver, they would have laughed at you. But that's 10 times the amount that it was worth back then. If you take that same math and apply it to the house prices now over the next 30, 40 years, that means these houses that are $2 million will eventually be $20 million. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I believe that will happen one day. And it's not that the value of the homes is increasing. What's happening is that the value of the dollar is decreasing. And nobody knows where to put their money and their hard-earned money, including big companies like BlackRock and Vanguard. So what they do is they buy assets, and one of the best assets to purchase is housing, because people have to live somewhere. So the future of North America is renting. Everyone's going to be renting cars. You might rent clothes, and you're definitely going to be renting housing. No one is going to be owning any real estate in the future. So if you have a house, hold on to it and refinance it forever. And like I was saying, Jeff Bezos and other billionaires are creating these, they're buying up homes, they're creating real estate companies, and they're on a buying spree. That's what it says in this article right here. Jeff Bezos backed real estate company is on a buying spree for single family homes. Why do you think that he's purchasing real estate? Because it's an amazing asset to purchase. If you go on TikTok right now, all the bears are like, the property values are going to be coming down, but that's not the case at all. I don't believe that's going to be happening. We're in a super cycle. It's hard to believe. This is not financial advice, but the property prices are going to be going up. At the beginning of the video, I was talking about how do you determine if prices are going to be going up or down? Because real estate is not traded as heavily as the stock market. There's no indicators like RSI, stochastic, MACD, and all these other indicators, but we do have some that give us an idea of what's going on. So let's look at what's going on. One of the markets that I think is a huge buy right now is Cloverdale. Cloverdale is at 7.7%. Anything below 11% is a buyer's market. Between 11 and 20% is a balanced market. And anything above 20% is an extreme seller's market. So if you had looked at this chart before purchasing way at the top here, your realtor would have told you not to purchase. The time to purchase is at the bottom. And we have never been, actually we have been this low in Cloverdale before, but it is at 7.7%. So that means we haven't been at 7.7% since 2013. No, we got to go a little bit further. We got to go take this to the max. So all the way back in 2012, no. So the last time it was at 7% was back in 2008 or 2009, you could say. And everyone knows exactly what happened during that time. It was a great financial crisis in America, and that did have an effect on us as well. As you can see, the chart is looking kind of similar. It's going down over here. Same thing over here. It was really high and it's going down over here as well. This is when you purchase. The peak you only know when the peak has happened in hindsight. You only know when the bottom has happened in hindsight. If you're an investor and you're looking for prices to come down lower, I don't think prices are going to be any lower next year. That's just one of the markets. Let's look at what's going on in Abbotsford as well. I know this stuff is kind of boring, but I really like looking at it before I make a real estate investment. So if you look at detached homes in Abbotsford, it's already in a balanced market. It was in a buyer's market earlier this year in September and August and October as well. It looks like homes have started selling. And I think that people have come to the realization that interest rates next year are going to be coming down for sure. And they believe that purchasing now is the best move, especially if they're investors. So they purchase now and refinance later. And that's what I'm doing as well. I'm going to be purchasing some properties in the near future, and I'm not even going to take a mortgage. Let's say, for example, you purchase a $600,000 townhouse and you refinance that townhouse when the interest rates are back at 3% or 4%. What do you think the value of that property is going to be when the rates come down to that? If you're purchasing a house right now and on a 5-year mortgage, you're getting about 6%. Imagine what the value of these properties is going to be when those interest rates come down to 3 or 4% again. They're going to skyrocket, and no one wants to hear it, but that's the truth. So those are my predictions for next year. I think that we're going to have an amazing market. Next year, there's going to be good sales. There's going to be good prices as well. And we should see the market move up from here. If you're looking to purchase real estate, make sure you get in touch with me. And also, I have a renovation flip course. If you want to know how to renovate and flip properties, make sure you get in touch with me. I'm going to leave my contact information down below. And I also have the links to the rental course down below as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe.